The Buffalo Bills, they are the same contenders and pretenders here, guys. We got to up the ante a little bit for these teams here. We got to up them up and away. So, guys, can the Buffalo Bills make the AFC Championship game? That is what is going to determine if there are contenders or pretenders at the AFC Championship game for the Buffalo Bills. They do have the playoffs locked up like most of these teams that we've been talking about. They can get high as second seed and lowest as a third seed if they do decide to lose out and the Ravens decide to win out. More than likely, they will be playing the Denver Broncos in the wild card matchup in the 2-7 round. However, the Buffalo Bills are 2-3 versus playoff teams so far this season. When you look at the Buffalo Bills, they have one of the best defenses in the NFL, just much like the Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions, and the Baltimore Ravens. They are top-notch on the offensive side of the ball. Mr. Josh Allen, MVP himself, is ninth in passing with 233 yards per game. The Buffalo Bills do have the seventh overall offense averaging 366.5 yards per game, ninth in rushing at 135.5 yards per game, second in scoring at a blistering rate of 31.3, and second in red zone efficiency, scoring a touchdown at a rate of 69.4%. Wow. Basically, AKA, when you're in the 10-yard line and like in, give Josh Allen the ball. That's what it comes down to. Give Josh Allen the ball. On the defensive side, though, things start to simmer down a little bit, right? They start to temper down. They had the 23rd ranked overall defense in the NFL, giving up 347.7 yards per game. 25th in passing, 22.9.5 yards per game, 14th in rushing, 118.3, 13th in scoring, giving up 27.1 points per game, and 18th in red zone defense, allowing opponents to score at a rate of 58.9%. Defense is questioning, right? When you look at the Buffalo Bills, one of the biggest question marks all season long has been the run-stopping ability on the defense. Now, when I looked at the stats, like 14th is not that bad. But when you go back and look at the tape, they do have problems stopping the run. They do have problems stopping the run. It is what it is. They have problems stopping the run and stopping third downs. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I gotta know if it's a mindset. I don't know if it's a scheme. I just don't know. I'd have to go back and really study the film, but I think it's a little bit of scheme, right? It's just a little bit of will and a little bit of scheme. That's why their third down defense does suck. But they have won 9 of their last 10. Buffalo Bills are on cloud 9 right now, winning 9 of their last 10. They beat teams like the Seattle Seahawks, like the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Detroit Lions during that 9-game winning streak. However, they did lose to the Rams the week before they played the Detroit Lions on a short work week on Thursday Night Football. Josh Allen does have a broken hand. They have said he's been playing with it all season long, but now it's starting to become mainstream media news because they want you to give you a narrative of why the Buffalo Bills might lose in the playoffs. So, guys, let me ask you this question. Are the Buffalo Bills contenders or pretenders in the AFC playoffs? Can they make the AFC Championship game? That is a contender or pretender caveat for them. When you look at the Buffalo Bills, guys, they are one of the healthiest teams in the NFL, though. When you look at their depth chart over at NFL.com or NFLtoday.co, they are one of the healthiest teams in the NFL. Very, very few IR people, very, very questionable, very, very, very doubtful defense players, right? If the Buffalo Bills guys do not make the AFC Championship game this season, it'll be one of the biggest busts of all times, one of the biggest letdowns of all times. I do think that they can beat the Denver Broncos in the first round. Everything holds face. The Baltimore Ravens do come into town. Now, the Baltimore Ravens whooped that ass earlier this season. What was it, 41-10, right? They whooped that ass earlier this season. The Ravens were on cloud 9 when they played that game. Let's just be honest. And the Buffalo Bills were not. Two totally different teams now. Well, actually, the Ravens are about the same. The Ravens are starting to play really, really good football right now. But the Buffalo Bills are playing really, really good football right now. And honestly, it sucks that this game has to be a divisional matchup game. It sucks that the Bills and Ravens have to be the divisional matchup game. I would love to see that as the AFC Championship game. Not going to lie. But I understand people saying Super Bowl or bust, Super Bowl or bust, Super Bowl or bust. The Ravens are the same way, Super Bowl or bust. And I don't know if the Buffalo Bills can go head-to-head with the Baltimore Ravens. I hope they do. I hope the Buffalo Bills beat the Baltimore Ravens. I don't want my Kansas City Chiefs to play the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship game again. I don't want it. I'd rather play the Buffalo Bills. But with that being said, judging off of what I've seen the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, right? Since the Kansas City Chiefs game, the Buffalo Bills are one of the best teams in the NFL. I don't care about last week. It is a divisional game. Everything's locked up. It is what it is, right? Last week was just a fluke. Whatever. The Patriots played out of their mind. Buffalo Bills played a D game. The Patriots played an A game. They still come out on top. It is what it is. But guys, the Buffalo Bills are true contenders. They are true contenders. They can make it to the AFC Championship game. I think I know they will beat the Denver Broncos. Now, if the Bengals make it, watch out, baby. Watch out, baby. If the Dolphins make it, slow it down. But I do think the Buffalo Bills are contenders. I do think they are contenders 100%. I do think they make the AFC Championship game. So what do you guys think? Are the Buffalo Bills, are they contenders or are they pretenders? Casey Morgan says Allen is playing good this year, but that defense is going to cost them. So Casey is saying pretenders. And I don't understand why the defense is going to cost them, because they got some pretty good names on that defense. Yes, Von Miller is like 40 years old, right? I get it. And he likes to beat up pregnant girls, right? I get it. But number 57, forget his name, right defensive end for the Buffalo Bills, number 57. That guy's a dog. That guy is a dog. I wish their defense wasn't going to cost them, but Casey, I think you're right. I think their defense is going to cost them a trip to the Super Bowl, not to the AFC Championship game. Chippo says, go Vikings. Go Vikings. Go Vikings. Josh Olson says, yes, they are contenders and the second best team in the NFL right now. They are. They are. I think last week I had them at number 2 or number 3, right? So yes, Josh, I think we are right in line. I think we are top there, right? Chad Lundgren says, sorry, the brain damage from the car crash. It explains your horrible Vikings take. Okay. I don't think there's anything to joke about, Chad, but you do you, man. You do you. Tucked behind the computer screen. Alpha Rob says their defense scheme gives up rushing, and third downs are a problem because they play soft zone protecting the first down. Yes, I have noticed that they do play a lot of soft zone. I noticed it a lot when they played the Detroit Lions, right? In that fourth quarter, they were playing extra soft. Josh also says their defense always struggles against Derrick Henry, even when he played the Tennessee Titans. Correct. And I think with the Baltimore Ravens, you want to pick your poison, right? And honestly, if I am a defensive coordinator, and like I was tasked to try to make a Ravens game plan, I would take Lamar Jackson out of the game and let Derrick Henry eat. Like if I could let one of those guys eat, I would rather let Derrick Henry eat, because Lamar Jackson, when he breaks a big play, it's back breaking, if that makes sense. Yes, obviously Derrick Henry is back breaking as well, but I would just rather let Derrick Henry eat than Lamar. Alpha Rob says contenders. It is Super Bowl or bust. And sorry, Alpha Rob, it's going to be bust. 3-peat pending, my man. 3-peat is pending. I'm kidding. Top fan Nacho Gomez says the Bills are contenders. They are the last team I want to play in the playoffs. You are correct, Nacho. They are a great team for 59 minutes and 47 seconds. Too soon. 13 seconds too soon. Alpha Rob says the Ravens needed that game more because they would have went 1-3. What game are you talking about? Alpha Rob says you don't want the Bills, Buck. Jackson can't figure out Spags' defense. I do want the Bills. I do want the Bills to mark my revenge from the loss earlier this season. And Midget Mom 1336 says Skull Nation. All right, Skull. There's a lot of Vikings fans out there now all of a sudden. Imagine that. But guys, are the Buffalo Bills, are they contenders or pretenders? Can they make the AFC Championship game? Let's move.